It is clear that non-partisan elections have the effect of diminishing the representation of minorities, African Americans, Latino, because a label, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Socialist, provides a lot of information to voters.
Okay, it's a clue, a cue. Yeah.
It's more than a cue. It is, this is what my people want. This party represents my issues, and I am therefore going to vote this person that is under this label.
And yet, the growing, come to you in a second, and yet the biggest growing and the fastest growing percentage of terms of, quote, party affiliation throughout the United States is not the Republicans or the Democrats. It's independent, because a lot of people feel the kind of plague on both the houses, and they feel that the parties, no matter what they say, wind up to being two shades of the same thing.
Well, the term Republican, especially in the city of New York, I mean, this is the city that elected Fiorello LaGuardia, a Republican, a fusion candidate.
Rudy Giuliani.
John Lindsay.
John Lindsay.
Look at some of his. Would he be elected as a Republican anywhere in New York with his positions? So the term Republican in the city of New York is you have to it's sort of like a loose garment. There's a totally different political species than anywhere in the country.
Okay, but let's put this in perspective for viewers who are from outside the New York City area. We have had, is it 12 now, going on 8, going on 5 terms in a row of Republican mayors. Rudy Giuliani for 2 years, I'm sorry, for 2 terms, 8 years. And Bloomberg now in his 3rd term. Yes, this last time he's not run as a Republican, but he's initially elected as a Republican. So that people would say, well, wait a minute, if you're electing Republican mayors, then Republicans are not an endangered species in New York. Try to explain that to somebody who's not from New York.
Well, look at the Bloomberg, some of Bloomberg's positions on immigration, on gun control, are these popular Republican issues. Rudy Giuliani, as mayor, again, supports LGBT rights, you know, has certain positions that are considered liberal. And then he runs for office, all of a sudden he changes his tune. He understood, you know, that certain issues that carry weight here in the city on a national level won't fly. He even switched his allegiances from the Yankees in order to try to gain traction when he was running for president.
Well, but that argues to the issue in a way about how reliable is party identification as a guide to who you're voting
Bloomberg
for.
was also a Democrat, and I'm sorry, Carlos. Bloomberg was also a Democrat, and
he was also an independent. And what is he?
Initially, he was a Democrat, and then he became a Republican and run for office because the field was too crowded on the Democratic line.
But then he abandoned the Republican line.
Then he abandoned the Republican Party.
Yeah. Carlos, get in there.
Mayor Bloomberg is strategic, and he sees the opportunity and he seizes it. And that is what he ran. He ran as a Republican, then as an independent, and that is what put him in office. And if he has to do something else to get reelected for a 4th term, he would do it. Yet, labels still matter. Yes, the Republicans can get elected for citywide office, but the legislature in the city, it is still overwhelmingly Democratic. In Albany, it is still overwhelmingly Democratic. Those labels matter outside of the executive positions. They matter for the legislatures and other citywide or statewide positions.